Hello viewers and audience, this is Amy and Victory here today from Studio Beanie. We'll be visiting Universal City Walk in Southern California. This will be our first visit since the theme park closed back in March of 2020. We'll try to cover some key points today on how our experience was and whether this is a good option for you. We have no idea what we're in for, but come join us for the ride.
First things up, parking situation. Parking is free here at Universal City Walk, woohoo, which is great because our favorite place to visit is downtown Disney. And with Simba's parking lot, Disney charges their guests $10 per vehicle to park. Honestly, we actually don't mind since we know it'll go towards helping the park and its employees stay afloat. So for anyone on a budget and would rather use that fee towards a meal or merchandise, Universal City Walk is the perfect attraction for you.
Second is our experience on security with entrance. Upon entering through the security section, the guards were very kind and welcoming. We were ready to comply with any rules or requests, but were surprised to find that the guards did not inspect our belongings or have any type of metal detectors. We are unclear if this is to ensure the safety of the workers for touchless protocols due to the pandemic. But for a split moment, the safety of the guests inside did feel a bit skeptical to us.
Next up is our first impression with entering Universal City Walk. What is our first impression when entering the park? Well, when entering the park, there seems to be quite a lot of people and cars. We don't know if this is usually how crowded Universal City Walk is, but this also happens to be the Saturday before Valentine's Day. Going back on topic, we absolutely love it here at Universal. It was quite a nice change for us. There were tons of neon lights. We felt as though we were transported out of the state to a city that never sleeps. Universal City Walk is definitely on our top list for eye candy attractions. The diversity and the hustle and bustle at Universal City Walk makes for great people watching. Many shops were open, yet many were still closed due to the last stay-at-home order. We are unsure if some of these businesses had ever been open during the summer of 2020, but we do hope that when the pandemic is over, all these businesses will be able to resume operations.
Next up is the food. Everyone here is always excited when it comes to food, so here we have it. When it came to our dinner choice, the idea of visiting Universal City Walk was kind of a spur of the moment. We had not planned what and where we were eating. We wanted to get a feel of how easy or how difficult it would be to try to find a place to eat without planning ahead or making reservations. Many of the restaurants I had previously visited in Universal City Walk were either not yet open or had been closed down from the pandemic. There was still quite a variety of options though, and we all decided on Antojitos. This is a Mexican restaurant and the food was quite tasty. Because this was a Saturday, average wait times for walk-ins for most sit-down restaurants were between 1 to 1.5 hours. We regretted not having decided earlier when we first arrived. So our advice to you is, before you go exploring Universal City Walk, and perhaps interested in dining here, put your name down on a restaurant's waiting list first thing when you arrive. Or better yet, reserve ahead of time if that's available. Then go exploring. Most restaurant systems will use your cell phone to text and contact you when your seat is available. So exploring afterwards should not be a problem.
Next up, how safe do we feel at Universal City Walk? In efforts to keep the park safe for all guests, Universal City Walk set 2 designated eating spots for the visitors. We were so used to downtown Disney, where as long as visitors stationed themselves on the sides, guests would be able to drink or eat snacks with their masks off. With Universal, we were not aware of their rules and were approached by a worker. The worker was very polite and informed us of the policy. We complied immediately and moved to their designated spots to eat our snacks. In the end, we can all agree that we felt safer for such rules to be implemented. We do wish there were more signs to inform us of such rules. Maybe there are, but for some reason, they weren't obvious to us. Anyhow, thank you so much, Universal. You're doing a great job in keeping things safe and entertaining for everyone.
Next up, what caught our eyes? Universal City Walk is very fun and hip. During the day, you can see all the details and efforts put into the monumental sky-high props and decors. During the night, it was even more spectacular. With all the neon lights on, it felt mesmerizing. There are many fast food restaurants located on the second floor that have little to no wait time. These are quick options to grab a bite if you want to avoid the long wait times at table service restaurants. There are many shops and attractions as well. It's so fun to explore Universal shops, for many stores feature exclusive movie memorabilia, and we had a blast skimming through all the great displays and trivias. Our favorites are anything related to Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, and so much more.
People, come visit all the shops at Universal if you're a movie fan. You'll be in for quite a treat.
Wait for it, Harry Potter's butterbeer. You didn't think I'd forget, right? One thing on our list when it comes to Universal City Walk is to try their butterbeer. Who comes to Universal without trying their butterbeer? By the time we had the chance to visit the storefront that serves this delicious, smoky cauldron of goodness, I know, what I'm about to say might make everyone laugh to how spoiled we are here in Southern California. But if you're not from SoCal and don't know yet, our temperatures during the day can fluctuate between 60 to 90 degrees in Fahrenheit during the winter. Being so used to this, residents sometimes forget to bring their jackets, and by nightfall, the temperatures can drop a whopping 20 to 30 degrees. This can put us in the 40s to 50s. We made the choice of getting hot butterbeer tonight, which, hey, was delicious. The warm, silky, sweet butterscotch sure hit the spot on this cold and windy night.
And of course, if you do have a chance to purchase butterbeer during the day, the icy cold butterbeer is a frothy classic, and it's fantastic. We'll make an attempt next time we visit again. We all know that when it comes to traveling and carrying luggage, you know what they say, the less the better. It's tough to carry around baggage throughout the day, so to efficiently run the day, we ended the night with going back and actually buying what caught our eyes. Food lands on top of the list usually, and what better advice to give you when it comes to food and desserts? Simple. If you see a long line, that's where you want to go.
Yes, all my fellow friends knew what Voodoo Donuts are, except for me. It didn't take long for me to realize that what this place had to offer was going to be amazing, because upon nearing the bakery, there was a line that spun in all directions and had to be cut and further separated to accommodate the large crowds in demand for this sweet shop. Even though the night was upon us and the winds became so violent that it blew away the storefront tents, this did not deter the crowd from further extending the line. In the end, with patience, we were able to make our purchase and walk away happy and content.
So if anyone here visits Universal City Walk and happens to see a short Voodoo Bakery line, my advice to you is to jump on in ASAP, because in any minute, the line can grow a mile long. This wraps up our night at Universal City Walk. Overall, we had a wonderful time and hope to be able to visit again soon.
We still have no information on when the park will reopen, but for now, if you're feeling a bit cooped up, Universal City Walk can be just the spot.
Wait, I almost forgot. The last thing we wanted to mention. Recording and filming devices. When it comes to recording or filming, it never hurts to ask for permission. You would think when it comes to large attractions, such as Universal City Walk, they would welcome people with open arms to film and create free publicity for them. Disneyland allows it. This isn't the case for Universal City Walk. Upon recording footage, we were approached by a security guard who informed us of the rules pertaining to cameras. The guard said recordings and pictures are okay as long as videos are not pre-rehearsed or pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded? Not really sure what that meant.
To really ensure this, they do not allow any type of external mics to be used. She went on to mention that they do allow such recordings with permission from the hilltop.
This office is only open in the morning or day. She was unsure of the hours for operation, but since it was nighttime already, we missed the chance. We are unsure what the terms and conditions are for allowing permission to record.
So how do we feel about this?
Well, we understand that this is a well-known movie studio, and we would hate it for the guests to take advantage and use Universal props and decors to create a money-making movie without chiming in Universal for a cut. But hey, I'm pretty sure the efforts to create any big-time movie will be pretty obvious. I honestly think it's a bit excessive to make it so difficult for vloggers who want to pre-rehearse what they would like to say and do at Universal City Walk. This can only be beneficial to Universal with all the free advertising and publicity for them. But hey, to each their own opinions. Maybe this isn't the reason at all. Maybe it's not about the money. I would have to get an explanation for the reason at Hilltop and get back to everyone here with the answer. This is a great excuse to visit Universal City Walk against it. This really sums up the day.
We thank everyone here today for joining us, and if you liked this video, please like and subscribe below. We hope to make more videos in the future, and until then, love, kisses, and ruff!